okay? Just enjoy what you grew up What's up, guys, and welcome to the next edition of the Pregame GameDay. First of all, we'd like to thank our sponsors for helping us out here today.
We'd like to thank Austin's Bar and Grill, Good Scent Sandwiches, Johnny's Tavern, Twisted Sugar Cookies, Comprehensive Foot Clinic. And, you know, before we start our things off tonight and have a fun night of football and game day, I would just like to take a moment of silence for Veterans Day as we remember all those who have served our country and gave it our all so that we could be free. All right, now who's ready for some football? We ready for some football tonight?
Oh, we're ready for some football.
Game day is back, guys, and I'm super excited. We're going to have some super fun stuff going on tonight, have some super fun games, maybe be giving out some gift cards. You just have to stay tuned and see what happens. But last week, the Ravens took on Olathe South, and what you could say was the biggest game in school history. Tell us more about it, Adam.
You know, it was a huge game last week, huge 35-21 win over the Falcons. And, you know, there is a bit of trickery that we saw with the Northwest Ravens. A huge pass from Max Keller to Hayden Risley off the fake pitch, and just a really great play, really showing the offensive mastermind that Coach Clark is.
We got into that game. We played South actually earlier in the season. Obviously we could not handle them. We were not prepared, and this was a big revenge game for us. Our defense was really able to step up and hold down Bryce Norenberg, and we did amazing in that aspect. The defense has been phenomenal from these Ravens.
And you know what I noticed? Some great plays when the Ravens needed it. They were big in a moment, and that's what you need in these playoff games. Always got to be big in a moment. They showed up when we needed them to. A great job from the Ravens, especially great job from Merrick Griner picking up 2 interceptions and some nice passing touchdowns too on the night.
You know, the Ravens were not supposed to win last week. They lost by multiple scores in that first Olathe South game. They came out, as the guys were talking about, just played a great game, showed up in some big-time moments, and proved that they are a top-level team in 6A football. And tonight, they find themselves up against the Olathe West Owls. So, Drew, Coach Clark won an award this week. Tell us more about that.
Coach Clark won the Kansas City Chiefs Coach of the Week. It was a great moment for the school, great moment for school history, and Weston Wurzburger was there. And he got the scoop about that. It was a great opportunity for the school. Great special thanks for Coach Clark for an amazing job he's done this season, and we give him his congratulations for that award.
You know, Coach Clark, first-year head coach, he's doing great things. Let's roll the clip.
This week, your coach has been selected as our Kansas City Chiefs Coach of the Week. So congratulations. Our coach, Andy Reed, signed the football, said job well done.
Awesome, appreciate it.
And then the commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell, and our owner, Clark Hunt, signed this as well. Said good job, well done. You'll get a check in the mail for $500 from the National Football League. You guys make sure he spends it right. No.
Well, it's a team award. I mean, I would say they're giving it to me, but it's due to the hard work of all of our coaches and all of our kids. And I mean, we played a really great game against Olathe South last week, and so the recognition is not mine alone, but obviously I accept it in their honor. So.
All right, that was a wonderful, wonderful interview there from Coach Clark. Very inspirational first-year head coach. But now, let's have a little fun. Let's send it to Weston Wurzburger with the top 5 plays.
All right.
Hey Ravens, I'm Weston Wurzburger. We're going over the top 5 plays from last week's regional win against Olathe South. Also, this is sponsored by Austin Sports Bar, so let's get started. At number 5, with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, Isaiah Butler gets through the offensive lineman and blocks the punt to put the Ravens offense at the 22-yard line in Olathe South territory. At number 4, with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, Bryce Norberg completes a pass to Jordan Allen inside the 35-yard line, but fumbles the ball, and Max Keller recovers the ball at the 29-yard line to take it down to the Olathe South 34-yard line. At number 3, facing a 3rd and 18 with 34 seconds to go in the first quarter, Mayor Greinert finds Micah Gui wide open in the middle and outruns 4 Falcons defenders for the touchdown for 88 yards to tie the game up at 14 points. At number 2, we have 2 plays here. In the third quarter with 3 minutes to go, the Falcons have the ball for 8 minutes trying to look up to tie the game at 28 apiece, but Bryce Norberg throws an interception to Mayor Greinert at the 1-yard line, and then in the fourth quarter, Mayor Greinert picks off again at the 10-yard line to seal the regional championship with the 35-21 win. At number 1, with 45 seconds to go in the first half, the game is tied at 21. Cooper Carley laterals the ball to Max Keller, and he finds Hayden Mosley wide open for the 43-yard passing touchdown after the Falcons defense wasn't expecting a passing play from a running back. That's all we have from last week's top 5 plays of the week, sponsored by Austin Sports Bars on 151st. Now let's send it back to the boys at CRAP.
Thanks, Weston. Those are some amazing plays to cap off our regional championship.
Boy, do I love Western Wurzburg.
Oh, you gotta love Weston.
Got to.
So, Lauren Stout went and got some mic'd up clips from Coach Yarnell. It was a great time at practice. You know, Coach Yarnell, quite the character. Let's see what she got for us.
It's always fun to see what these practices look like, get a mic'd up inside view. Let's roll it.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum,
Don't swallow that whistle. Slavin, this stuff sucks. It's No Shave November, but I'm starting it off with a mustache. Ooh, that was impressive. I'm sexier than Andy Reid. Hey, the better Conover's here. They're super sexy. I know that. Down. Sit. Drink. Down. Get over there. Sit. Sit. That's not it, Dean. That is not it. Down. Sit. No, it's bad. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. This thing on? I hope so, because if not, then I got to wear it again. You've been practicing that where? Like in the shower, hopefully separately. Sit down. What are you? He's jackwagon.
Now, in case you missed it, yesterday our very own Marin Rapp got to sit down with our 2 winningest players in ONW football history, Micah Geary and Lucas Conover. Let's send it over to them now.
I am so honored to be here today with our winningest football players in the history of Northwest. We have Micah Geary and Lucas Conover. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Good, okay. So, first off, just kind of going from the start, what's some advice that's been carried down with you 3 or 4 years that just has stuck with you?
Work hard, and that work you put in the off season and everything you do is going to pay off.
Yeah, for sure.
In the way on the field and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
How about you, Micah?
Probably like whatever happened in the past doesn't matter. What happened in the future doesn't matter. Just stay on the now.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And then playing under 2 coaches in your history, what have you learned from both, and how's that kind of like impacted you as an athlete?
I think it's great. I think it's very awesome that we've had the experience of having 2 coaches. Of course, everyone wants to only have just one and carry that throughout, but I think it's awesome that we've had 2 because we have 2 different coaches teaching us 2 different philosophies, but also with the same end goal. And I think we've learned a lot from Coach Hafner heavy in the weight room, and then same thing with Coach Clark, but then also different culture, philosophies, and just building us as young men. I think it's awesome.
How about you, Micah?
I think the main thing is just that they both have taught us to be good people before players. So,
For sure. And then you guys are seniors. What are you going to miss most about ONW football family next year?
Oh, probably like kickballs on Saturday, like just the family, like the culture that we've created at football is just, it's like a second home. So, practice may be hard sometimes, but, when you have your buddy next to you, just kind of goofing off, but not like to the point where it's disrupting practice. It's just fun. It always makes it exciting. Games are always fun. Going out to eat after games, going out to eat the next day, the next morning after we watch film, everything is just about it. It's just awesome. And I think that's what I'm going to miss the most is just the family aspect of it.
Yeah. Brothers,
that's right. I mean, and competing is of course, but the family aspect.
Well, that's awesome, guys. And then big game tomorrow. Nerves are kicking in, right? So you guys excited? What are you looking forward to? Or what's your focus for tomorrow?
Just stick to the game plan. We've prepared for them. We've played them before. We know what we did wrong. We know what we need to do right. We just need to stick to it, and everyone needs to do their job.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we know we can beat them. So it's just execution at this point.
Exactly.
So, it'll be a big game. It'll be packed. So we just need to focus on the field, what happens between those 4 lines.
Add another win to your resume, right?
That's right.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show today. I really appreciate it. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Marin, for that great interview with our 2 most winningest players, Micah Geary and Lucas Conover. Very impressive seasons from them this year. But now let's take a look at last week's games. We're going to start it off with Blue Valley West versus Olathe North. Now, let me tell you guys, I did not expect that outcome. Olathe North has been an amazing team this year. Blue Valley West, they pulled off the upset.
I mean, it just goes to show, Blue Valley West is now 5-5 on the season. It goes to show that a rough regular season doesn't mean you can't perform well in the playoffs. They had some really close games, some tough battles against top 25 teams like St. Thomas Aquinas, Bishop Miege, St. James, and a top 10 team from Missouri. It just goes to show that if you can play good in the postseason, that's all that matters.
That's right. Olathe North, they look to be invincible practically the entire season with just a defense that looked like could stop any offense with any weapon. But they proved in the last week of the regular season they weren't, with a tough loss to Lawrence Free State. And they came out and Blue Valley West just got the best of them. Maybe they didn't come into it with the right mindset. I'm not really sure, but Olathe North really let one slide there last week.
It just goes to show how tough the EKL is. Every single EKL team, they got talent, and their record doesn't show because Blue Valley West was such a tough regular season record. It just shows you the difference, in my opinion, between the EKL and the Sunflower League. The EKL is an extremely tough conference, and that's why their record doesn't truly show how good they are. But they got a lot of talent on that team, especially led by running back Sage Huffman. Sage Huffman is a junior, was running all over the place, all over North, in that very tough environment with that weather.
All right. So, Blue Valley Northwest versus Gardner. Gardner came out on top.
Yep.
Some very poor weather during that game, a ton of rain. Gardner threw 3 passes total the entire game. That triple option offensive scheme just really, and adding on the weather, there was no passing game. It was 3 passing plays, and that was it.
You point out the 3 passing plays. That's not a whole lot different than the rest of their season, and it just proves, like what he was saying, with the triple option, flexbone type offense, a team like Gardner can just dominate in that tough weather. And we'll talk about it later. In a cold night like this or a rainy night like last week, when you kind of have to hand the ball off and you got to really get those yards on the ground, that flexbone offense really comes in nice.
Yeah. Gardner really adapted to the weather like that. That run-heavy offense from both teams, but the Blazers definitely took it away there.
Yeah, the Blazers really benefited from that weather. It's played into their game perfectly with run-heavy defense, or offense.
Yeah, them boys out in the sticks really got it done in that tough weather. So, lastly but certainly not least, Olathe West took on the Blue Valley Tigers last week.
Again, another very poorly weathered game, and West just absolutely tore up on the ground.
Yeah.
Mason McGavran ran for 255 yards and 3 touchdowns, absolutely tore up that Blue Valley defense.
Yeah, Mason McGavran really stepped up that game. Obviously, as Adam said, 255 yards. That is very impressive to see from him.
when you think of 6A Kansas quarterbacks, I don't think there's many as good as Mason McGavern with just the ability, kind of a dual threat ability that he has. He really has a very good arm and is able to stretch it to a lot of his good receivers. But man, he can take off and just really become a weapon on the ground.
Yep.
It's really impressive to see.
Yep, Olathe West, very dangerous offense. Elijah Hakeem, too, very talented running back. Very nice team from Olathe West, and it proved against Levi West.
Well, all right, so.
Now we're going to be sending it to Ava. We have baseball spin competition sponsored by Johnny's Tavern. Let's send it to her.
What's up, Ravens? I'm Ava Hansen, and today I'm joined with two students who are going to be competing in a little challenge today. All right, what are you guys' names?
I'm Jeremiah Cook. Oh, shoot. No, never mind.
All right.
I'm Adrian Frazier.
And today we're going to be doing the Dizzy Bat Challenge, and I'd like to take a second to thank our sponsor for this portion of Game Day, Johnny's Tavern. Thank you so much, Johnny's, for the donation. We really appreciate it. All right, so today we're playing the Dizzy Bat Challenge, and my lovely assistant, Val Galligan, is going to demonstrate how this works. So basically, you're going to spin your head 10 times on the bat, and then run down to the grass 10 times, 3 times, and back. And whoever can compete the 3 times fastest wins a $15 Johnny's gift card. All right, how are you feeling?
Bro, I'm feeling confident, bro. Like, I ain't finna lose to this, to him. I have some haters over here, you know what I'm saying? But that's all good. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Adrian?
I'm feeling pretty terrible. It's cold. I'm tired. Not looking good.
All right, well, I believe in you. Okay, are you guys ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, looks like Adrian's taking a little bit of a different path. He's all the way over there. Jeremiah is nowhere to be found. Oh, here comes Adrian. That's 1. Go back. 2 more. Go. All right, Adrian's a little bit in the lead right now. Oh, they're going down. Oh, Jeremiah is the winner. Congratulations, Jeremiah. How are you feeling about this win?
Bro, I almost fell down the sewer. And I'm missing a shoe. No, I didn't. I didn't.
Adrian, how does it feel to lose?
I feel like there was some illegal walking in there. I think it was a little unfair.
All right, well, at least you tried your best. There's your prize, Jeremiah. All right, now we're going to send it back to the boys at Game Day.
Thanks, Ava. That was awesome. Huge shout out.
Make sure you turn it off.
Fans back here. Awesome electric environment. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Huge shout out to Johnny's Tavern for helping sponsor Raven Game Day. So, this is not the first time the Ravens have gone up against the Owls this year. Early in the regular season, the Owls took down the Ravens.
They absolutely did, and it was a very good game. It really came down to the final seconds, and it just showed, I mean, there was not a whole lot of defense. The Ravens did have 2 interceptions, but other than that, a very offensive-heavy game. Both teams kind of holding on to the ball, running down that clock.
Yeah, you know, it was actually a very close game. Ravens were trying to lead the comeback. Sadly, E.J. Butler had a few fumbles that just we cannot pick up from that mistake. We definitely need to be a little more disciplined in this game tonight.
It is
Yeah, it was a very back and forth game.
It is caught by the Ravens. It is a touchdown.
A crucial fumble there by E.J. Butler at the end of the game.
Stop him here.
So, you know, a game really decided on turnovers right there.
You know, you can really say that Olathe Northwest won that game.
Incomplete.
Won that game.
I'm sorry.
They just gotta let it slip through their hands.
With the
But I
ball.
will say there is
With the
a
stiff
difference
arm.
in the Olathe Northwest team than there was the first time they played.
Touchdown.
And that senior quarterback, Cooper Carter.
Absolutely.
Transfer from Olathe West, actually.
We'll talk more about that later. Interesting story.
that will be
We'll have to see what
caught.
happens.
And you know, at
Well,
that
yeah,
time,
they do.
Mayor Griner was still young in his starts as quarterback. Now he's a more mature, seasoned quarterback, and there's gotten a lot of snaps than he has back then. So he's a lot more comfortable in his game.
Very true.
And we saw in that game, Merritt Griner was able to have some really good decision making and play like a mature quarterback. but it just wasn't enough to stop those 2 costly fumbles.
Yeah. And one other thing, if I'm not mistaken, the Olathe Northwest Ravens, I'm pretty sure their last game lost was Olathe West. But after that, we have been on, is it 5? 6
Big
game
number,
win
6.
streaks. Definitely locking in on defense and getting it going for us here.
Man, it's going to be exciting to see tonight. We'll talk more about that later.
For now, we're going to take a look at one of our many talented ecom students, Evan Stanfield, and see some of his work that he's put together for our Raven football team.
Are we good?
What's up, Ravens? I'm Anna Bertold, and today we're giving you an inside look on the Ravens football team and their mindset going into the game on Friday.
My thoughts going into the game on Friday are executing and doing my job, and I know if everybody does their job, then we'll be out on top with a victory at the end of the night.
Just to come in with a mindset to come out in the end of the game 1-0. That's what we've been preaching all of this playoff season, is that every week our goal is to become 1-0, and that's what we're focusing on.
I'm thinking about winning. I feel like we all are. Just excited, blessed, opportunistic. Just looking to go 1-0 as each week. It's gonna happen. Really excited to win. We'll say.
I think the biggest thing for us going forward is 1-0. One of the things we've kind of talked about since the playoffs started is anything can happen if we play our best football on offense and defense. The sky's the limit, so just 1-0 every single week. We'll practice just like normal. Mondays we do scouting reports, so we'll go through that today. We'll talk about any new install on offense or defense. We'll definitely go back and look at the last time we played Olathe West and revisit some of the mistakes, some of the good things that we did, and then we'll just go to practice the next couple of days and try to get prepared for them. The environment, I think there's going to be a lot of people there on Friday, and for a lot of our kids that's going to be completely new. And then also just being on the other sideline, being on the visitor side always makes CBAC just a little bit different. So those 2 factors. Now I'm just excited for our kids. It's just another opportunity for them to go out and play well, do something that's never happened in our school history. So I'm just excited for them and our coaching staff, and see what happens after Friday.
Now let's take a look at the 4A and 5A brackets from Kansas. Starting off on the east side, Bishop Miege taking on Piper Knight. Bishop Miege sitting at an 8-2 record, Piper sitting at a 7-3 record. Bishop Miege took down Eudora last week 33-26 as Piper took down Chanute 48-47 in double overtime. Piper struggling with Chanute last week as Miege was pretty easily, actually not pretty easily, it was a pretty back and forth game, 33-26. Miege took down Eudora. Passing leader Max Armstrong, he's a great quarterback for Bishop Miege. I expect Bishop Miege to take down Piper tonight. It's going to be a close game, but I expect Miege to get that done. In a massive game, probably the biggest game in all of Kansas this weekend, St. James versus St. Thomas Aquinas. Huge rivalry game. Aquinas took down Atchison last week 42-17, and then St. James took down Lewisburg 40-0. Both teams are very, very talented. I expect St. James to win this game, though. St. James made a big, deep run into the state championship last year, so I expect St. James with a little bit more maturity with Blake Boydson as their quarterback to take down that.
A rivalry like that, it kind of reminds me of Olathe West and Olathe Northwest.
It really does, it really does.
Those big rivalry games that can really bring out the worst in each other and really just get competitive juices flowing. It's going to be interesting how that goes.
Yep, and now on the 5A side of the bracket, Mill Valley versus Pittsburgh, Kansas. Mill Valley beat Shawnee Mission Heights 24-0 last week. Pretty easy game for Mill Valley. It is what you expect from Mill Valley. Hayden J leading the charge. And then for Pittsburgh, they took down Sumner 28-0, 6-3 on the year. Pittsburgh hasn't played a team as good as Mill Valley all year. I expect Mill Valley to take it down pretty easily. Then DeSoto will be taking on Blue Valley Southwest tonight. DeSoto last week beat Spring Hill in an appalling 56-0 victory, improving to a 9-1 record. Blue Valley Southwest took down Emporia 56-20 with a 5-5 record. Blue Valley Southwest, their record doesn't show how good they are. Very similar to Blue Valley West. So I expect DeSoto to also take down Blue Valley Southwest pretty easily, leading to a Mill Valley DeSoto game, another huge rivalry in Kansas.
Thank you, Drew, for that 4A, 5A recap. Now we are going to be sending it down to Nathan for a little bit of an arm wrestling competition sponsored by Twisted Sugar.
Let's get to it.
What's up, Ravens? We got arm wrestling going on here today.
Mark.
I got two contestants here. Who we got?
Mark.
Adrian Frazier.
Jacob Bowers. Alrighty, the winner, the guys and the girls, get a $15 gift card. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. We got a little bit of a standstill. We got a mid-game snack, too. Is that good? All right. Jacob's trying? Kind of?
What is this? What's the strategy? The flop.
They're just holding hands. I don't know what to do in this situation. They're going to kiss soon. I'm really confused. Oh, we're close. Oh, Jacob got the victory on that one. All right. Jacob, you won yourself a $15 gift card here. Nice job. We also have girls finalists too.
What's Twisted?
Twisted Sugar.
What is that?
It's like a cookie beverage place. All right, now we got the two girls here. Two contestants. Who do you got?
Autumn Bertold.
Val Galligan.
All right, they're going to go in the girls finalists here. Alrighty, 3, 2, 1, go! And in seconds, Val Galligan comes out with a win. Alrighty, Val, with that victory there, you got a $15 gift card to Twisted Sugar. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. That was an easy W, you know what I'm saying?
Alrighty, well, back to the desk.
Most people go to sporting events to support their kids, high school, college, or just their favorite professional teams. But Mark McCormick has a different mission.
I am Mark the Popcorn Guy, and I review different types of popcorn on Instagram.
3 years ago, Mark was asked by a few members of the Lady Ravens basketball team to start reviewing popcorn at their games.
I asked them why, and they said, well, you're always in the stands with bags of popcorn every place we go. Whether it's home or away, you always have popcorn. And I told them I like popcorn, and they said, well, let's get you an Instagram account.
When reviewing popcorn, Mark looks at several different factors that play into his review.
You know, is it fresh? Is it hot? Does it have too much butter, not enough butter? Is it too salty, not salty enough?
Mark has tried and reviewed a variety of different popcorns, some of which are top favorite and others not so much.
The best popcorn, probably Shawnee Mission North, because there were some big kernels. It was nice and crispy. It was warm. It was hot out of the popper. It was very good. The worst popcorn, without doubt, was this year at Mill Valley. It was just weird. If you take a look at my Instagram review, I got pictures of the kernels. They were popped, but they were super hard. Every time you bit into it, you had to bite in gingerly because you didn't know if you were going to chip a tooth.
So I'm here at the Olathe Northwest versus Olathe South Sub-State final game, and I'm here with the one, the only, Mark the Popcorn Guy, and we're going to be getting a first-hand look at one of these reviews, and I am actually going to be reviewing the popcorn as well. So let's get a piece.
Dig in.
And see how it is.
Well, this is my third bag of the night.
Third bag?
Huh?
Big popcorn guy right here.
Yeah, it's not too bad. The one thing I'll say about the Olathe District activity popcorn, these bags, man, these are smaller than my cell phone. We really need a bigger bag. It's only $1, but really, I mean, it's good butter, good salt tonight. I mean, it's average. I mean, it's B+. I mean, it could have a little more salt on it, but pretty crisp. It's freshly popped, so it's good. You know, it's good. What do you think?
Yeah, my piece. You know, it was a little. It tasted a little stale. You know, a little too chewy for me.
Sometimes you get that popcorn, and it looks like it's the stadium popcorn that's been popped, you know, like 3 nights before and put in the big trash bags, and then they just sit there for a while. But I saw it for real tonight. It's being popped, but it's a B+.
Honestly, I'm gonna give this one a solid C. You know, it's just average in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not a big popcorn reviewer like Mark over here, but my grade will be a C.
Well, and look for the real review on my Instagram page at Mark the Popcorn. Follow me when you get a chance. And Raven Nation, let's fly.
All right, now we have here with us the one, the only, Mark the Popcorn Guy. Everybody give him a little round of applause.
Wow.
To me, Mark is a local hero, okay? What would we do without him? And
don't even know.
Thankfully, we have some homemade popcorn here from Mrs. Sheets herself, and we are all gonna have a bite, and Mark is gonna give us a live review. So, let's take our gloves off, let's get into it. What are we thinking, Mark?
Well, it's kind of cold.
Yeah.
It's not warm.
Well,
First time
on a night like this,
I know.
can't really blame her.
Yeah. No, it's pretty
You know,
good.
I'll say, I can't feel too much right now. It's so cold, but I can definitely feel the taste of that popcorn in my mouth.
Yep.
It's quite salty and I like it. I like it a lot.
I'm getting a lot of butter here in mine.
You know, part of it right now, it's really good, but I think part of them is really hungry. And that's kind of feeding to that, but
I can't really feel my fingers grabbing the popcorn.
All right, we all good to go. Everybody got a grade in mind?
Oh yeah.
Let's go to Adam first, send it down, and then we'll finish it off. No, we're doing A, F, we're going that scale.
Oh.
Adam's gonna go,
Gotcha.
I'll go, Wyatt, you take one, Drew, and then we're gonna finish off with Mark the Popcorn Guy. Adam?
I think I'm going to rate this a solid B+. I mean, it's a bit cold. That may be because it feels like it's negative 20 degrees outside. But it's all right. I won't say it's bad, but it's definitely up there.
You know, the only deciding factor here is it is pretty cold, but you can't blame the maker for that. You know, out on a night like this, I'm gonna have to get on a warm day. You know, this would be some very nice popcorn. I'm gonna give it a solid B. All right, Wyatt, that's you.
All right. So I'm really hungry right now. So I got to give it an A because right now it tastes really, really good, and I'm tearing it up.
You know, of course, I'm gonna be very biased towards this, but it's an A+. It's gotta be. It's the best popcorn I've ever had in my life. Are you kidding me? So now let's see what Mark has to say about it.
Thanks, Miss Sheets.
Well, guys, I mean it's cold, right? It's 28 degrees outside. It's real cold, but this is good corn. It's got you know, it's got a little butter in it. I don't really taste the salt, but it's got some butter in it, and it's crisp, right? It's crisp. I don't see a lot of unpopped kernels, and that's always a plus to have. The bag, you know, we're not having too much grease soaking through, so this is overall. I think this is a solid B+. I'd give it a B+.
All right.
So thank your mom.
Well, that is the
That's
review
a pretty good rate.
from the Mark the Popcorn Guy. You can follow him on Instagram at Mark the Popcorn Guy. Go check out some of his other reviews.
Hey, are we gonna get a review tonight?
Are we getting a review tonight?
Yeah, we'll get a review tonight. Yeah.
All right, we're getting a review
Go
tonight.
check it out. We're getting a review tonight.
Hey, be sure to go follow him on Instagram. Thanks, Mark. It was great having you.
Thank you, guys. Go Ravens.
Go Ravens.
All right.
All right. Now we're going to talk a little bit about some of the games tonight around the 6A quarterfinals. First, we're going to start it off with, of course, the East Side. That's, of course, tonight's game. And then we've also got Blue Valley West and Gardner Edgerton. So Gardner, of course, coming off a very, very bad weathered game. Of course, running that triple option, you can never expect them to pass the ball too much. But that run game is just so electric. I don't see any way that Blue Valley West really stops them there.
Yeah, you know, Blue Valley West, they're a offense-heavy team. You know, honestly, I don't think they're going to be able to handle Gardner Edgerton. They've been a really good up-and-coming team. They weren't very good last year. They weren't very good the year before that. But Gardner is doing something different this year, and I think they're going to take it away.
You know, I think Blue Valley West is a very good team. I don't know if my colleagues here are giving them enough respect, and they are a very good team. But you see, on a night like this, it's hard for that quarterback to get the ball popping off his hand. It's going to be hard to catch that for the receivers. It's just real cold out here. And with a run offense in the flex bone, Gardner has the capability just to run it down their throats. And I don't see really any way that Blue Valley West defense is going to be able to stop that. You know, Gardner's just been able to mow over teams' defenses the entire year. You know, great fullback for them. They got some great slots. They're able to do stuff in the open field. I got Gardner.
You know, I'm gonna be a little opposed to you guys. I'm extremely high on Blue Valley West. I watched them play Olathe North. They looked great. That defensive line was penetrating that Olathe North line like I've never seen before. They looked unbelievable in my opinion. I'm really high on Blue Valley West, even going into Gardner. Gardner's a great team, but I'm very, very high on Blue Valley West. Like I mentioned before, Sage Huffman, one of the best running backs in the state of Kansas.
I think something that's quite overlooked is the west side of the bracket. There's still 4 other teams left besides the 4 that we have playing tonight here locally. We've got 4 teams. All 4 are ranked in the top 4 spots in the 6A rankings. You have, of course, Topeka, Washburn Rural. You've got Derby, and you've got, 2 others I can't remember the name of. But, you know, that other side of the bracket is just so good, and it's so dangerous. You know, the state championship will be really exciting to watch.
You know, because I feel like the teams that are able to get to the state on our side of the bracket, they really have to fight and be the best team and just show up and play their best ball each and every day.
You know, the Manhattan Indians out of Manhattan, Kansas are #1 seed on 6A side, and they're undefeated currently. They're very, very talented. You know, no one's even coming close to being able to stop them.
It's a dangerous team.
That Manhattan-Wichita Northwest game is going to sure be a fun one to watch. But for now, you know, Wyatt, you got to look at what it's like to work at Good Sense and make a sandwich. We're going to send to that right now.
Let's go send to me and my boy Jim.
What's up, guys? It's your favorite Wyatt McDonald, and out here at the Good Sense at K10 in Ridgeview, we're about to go learn how to make a sandwich, maybe get a little more of an insight on Good Sense and what they do and why you should come get yourself a sandwich. So let's get to it. I'm joined by Jim Jacobs here at Good Sense off K10 in Ridgeview, and he's a manager here, and he's going to show me how to make a sandwich today. So?
Okay, one thing I'll start off with as far as making a sandwich at Good Sense is that we're a little bit different than anybody else. What we do is we do it right in front of the guest. We don't hide anything. We slice it fresh, right in front of the guest. We just go right down the line with a smile on our face. So that's how we do it. So, so we'll get the bread, we'll cut it fresh in front of us, we'll weigh out the meat. I mean, probably a bigger portion than most sub places out there.
Yes,
so
sir.
we put it on there, and then we'll suggest a cheese. We'll put cheddar on this, and that's tomatoes.
All right.
On a half, it's 2. If you want to start doing this, you can.
Okay, now what?
And then lettuce, kind of evenly spread it out.
That good? A little bit more, a little bit
No, it
less?
looks good. And, then, and you want to do about 0.25, which is perfect way you got it. Okay, take some mayo, so pull that bottle out there on the top like this. Cucumbers and pickles and jalapenos. So you want 1 per bite. For 4 jalapenos, we close it with our hand. We pop it like this. Bottom, bounce it a couple times, if they're like that.
Yes, sir.
We cut it right in half and then put it on a plate. You just lay it on there, and that's how you make a Good Sense sub sandwich. Look at that. He's enjoying the heck out of it. A little messy, but that's all right.
Doesn't get much better than that. So if I understand right, you are hiring?
Yes, we are. I'm looking for high school kids, college kids, full-time, part-time. We have flexible hours. It's a fast-paced atmosphere. It's a lot of fun. We do things differently. We don't do it fast, we do it right. And
All right, guys. Thank you, Good Sense, for sponsoring us. Now, we have a few fans, so we're going to take it to Heidi and Jillian to talk to them.
What's up, Ravens? I'm here with a few students of Olathe Northwest. We got
Jacob Bowers, Connor Froz,
Harrison McKernan, John Meisinger.
And we are going to be doing a little trivia to win a Good Sense gift card. So our first question is, what is the Ecom social? Like the Twitter handle? Or, yeah.
ONW Raven Network.
Yep. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Jacob Bowers. There's your gift card. All right, Jill, you want to ask the next one?
All right, next question. Who is the head of Ecom?
Mr. Cooper.
Mr. Cooper.
No.
Do you guys have any?
Oh, Miss Smith.
Christopher McCormick.
Miss Smith.
Miss Smith.
That's the mic. Am I wrong?
Heidi McCormick, who is your favorite?
Okay, our next question is, who is the AD of Olathe Northwest?
Oh, Mr. Page. Mr. Page.
Mr. Page. Mr. Page.
Mr. Stephen Page. That's mine.
That one's yours.
All right. Next question. Let's see who can answer it the fastest. Who has the better sports broadcasting program out of the Olathe schools?
Olathe Northwest!
Give them all one. Give them all one.
Tyler was the first.
Give one.
I like my good
Who is the principal of Olathe Northwest?
Mr. Zook.
Who's the principal?
Mr. Zook.
Correct! Woo! Good job! All right, thank you, and thank you, Good Sense. Let's send it back to the desk.
Heidi, I was gonna say, what's your
Thank
favorite
you,
part
Heidi and
about
Jillian,
Raven
for
Network
that.
Game Day?
So, Adam, what are we
So I
getting
was like,
into
I'm
now?
flipping the interview.
So now,
I thought you were about to say something stupid, so.
No, why would
we
I
got
like
some
Tyler?
really good games tonight. Of
Hey,
course, we got
good job for
I got two.
Northwest
I got two.
versus Olathe West. We've got some great games on the west side of the bracket. We've got Manhattan.
Mike, did you like
Northwest.
my
I think we
response
started on
the
that
other
west
day?
side.
You guys
Manhattan
got in
Northwest,
trouble. You guys are
what do you guys
off.
think?
I'm very high on the Manhattan Indians. You know, how can you not go against them unbeaten? I know we are deep in the playoffs, but I'm taking Manhattan Indians 34-7.
So guys, let's stop right there. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves.
Oh, we are.
What are
We
we
are.
doing, guys?
What are
We need
we
to send
doing?
it over because we have a nice coach interview for us to look at.
Say it over there.
Opening play not so great, but after that our kids got locked in and we executed on offense and defense. Again, we saw some things on film that we thought we could take advantage of, and we did. And ball bounced our way this time, and I mean we were able to get up by a score. And then in the fourth quarter we went down and scored again, and that was kind of the ball game. So Olathe West is going to be an electric environment. It's going to be one of those environments where, again, it's really Olathe West versus Olathe Northwest, but really it's Olathe Northwest versus ourselves, just because of the culture and the parents and the community that's surrounding this environment. So our kids are practicing well this week. They're locked into what the game plan is going to be, and I think it's going to come to whichever team executes the best. West was our last loss, so since then we haven't lost a ball game. We've done a lot of additions on offense. Defensively, I think we found a core group of guys who want to play hard and play fast. So it'll be a different group offensively and defensively as far as a solid group together on the field.
All right, awesome interview, super inspiring to see how the Ravens try to battle and how they're just trying to put the 11 best guys they can on the field at a time. So tonight, the Olathe West Owls are taking on the Olathe Northwest Ravens.
The last time these
What do
two
we think?
teams played, very close game, of course, and that was the last game that Northwest lost. They have not lost a game since. I expect it to be a very good game, but last week, the West run game was just electric. I expect it to be very good tonight. They ran for 412 yards last week. How do you stop that?
You know, Olathe Northwest, we've got something. We got our revenge games. You know, we faced Olathe South last week. We had got our revenge there, and you know, Olathe West rivalry. We lost to them last time. Definitely, we're gonna get this year.
You know, I feel like it's really hard to beat a team twice. I feel like Olathe South proved that last week, beat us in the regular season. We kicked their tail last week. You look at Alabama versus Georgia last year. Alabama dominated the SEC championship, and then they fall short in the national championship. It's hard to beat a team twice. And I think you're going to see that tonight against Olathe West and Northwest. We'll talk about more with picks, but I think you're going to see a lot of that run game from the Owls. I think Mason McGavern's going to try to use those legs. He's a very dual-threat quarterback. But Northwest defense has proven these last couple of weeks that they're locked down, that they can stop a guy like Bryce Norrenberg, that they can stop a guy like Mason McGavern.
Yeah, I mean, this is a rivalry game. Both teams don't want to lose. Both these guys want to beat the butts out of the other boys, you know? Like, that's what happens when you come with rivalry games. So we'll see what happens tonight. But I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's a good game.
Northwest run defense is going to be critical to how this game plays out, as West is a very run-heavy team. They have 37 touchdowns with the running game compared to their 17 in the passing game.
But that's not to take away from their great passing offense. They got some great weapons to throw to, and Mason McGavern has an arm. So I think it's about time we get some picks going.
I think so too. And tonight, we have our very own ONW alumni, Brett Deckett, on a motorcycle by Nathan Lowen. Brett Deckett graduated last year, football player, member to Ecom Academy. Let's give it up for Brett.
All right.
Welcome, Brett. It is good to have you back here for our picks today. So let's do it. Let's do how we did last time. We'll start on this side. We'll make our way down to the other.
So we're going to start. We're going to redo it this time, but Manhattan and Wichita Northwest. I got Manhattan winners in this one. They got another great team in that city, the K-State Wildcats. I think both teams take wins this weekend.
You know, we got Manhattan versus Wichita Northwest. Manhattan has just been unstoppable this year. There's no way I can pick anybody over them, except maybe our Olathe Northwest Ravens, but we'll get on to that later in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, when we see Manhattan versus Olathe Northwest in the finals, that'd be a great game to see. So I mean, you obviously got to take them over Northwest.
You know, Manhattan undefeated all season. As Adam said, home of the Kansas Wildcats. Kansas Wildcats, you know, not even close to the town of Manhattan, to be honest. The Kansas Wildcats getting ready to be beat by the Kansas Jayhawks soon. But I still will take the Manhattan in this game.
I think Manhattan, they've proven the entire year they're a great team and that no one can really stop them on that side of the bracket, so I'm going to have to take Manhattan very convincingly.
Our second game in the West region, number 2 Derby taking on Topeka Washburn World, the number 6 seed. I got Derby winning this one. They coming off last year's state championship loss to Blue Valley Northwest. They're looking for revenge. They're not wanting to lose another state title like that. They're going to try to win this one.
Hey, you know, Derby made it pretty far last year. Sadly for them, losing in the state championship. But Derby, they've got it out. They're definitely going to run right over Washburn Rural.
Oh yeah, for sure. Derby has a very solid running back in their sort of personnel. You know, they got a lot of top recruits. Just an overall solid team. I mean, Manhattan versus Derby. I mean, whoever ends up going to the state finals will surely beat them as some Ravens.
You know, Brett did mention very good prospects coming out of Derby, but I'm really feeling the upset this week. Washburn Rural, they have great athletics over at that school. They always find a winning way. So I'm very high on Washburn Rural coming this game for a big upset in the playoffs.
Man, Drew, you love your upsets, man.
You know, Derby's a great team, and they've proved it year in and year out. Got a lot of great players. And, you know, I can see this one going anywhere, either way. But, you know, I'm with Drew on this one. I love a good upset story. I'm about to pick Washburn Rural.
All right, so now we're going to move on to the east side of the bracket. We've got Blue Valley West traveling down to Gardner to take on the Trailblazers. I got Gardner winning this one. It's just hard to go down south and take on a team like Gardner and come out victorious.
You know, Gardner, they've got that dog. They've got that dog. There is no way that Blue Valley West is going to take it over them. I'm taking Gardner all day.
I mean, I think I'm personally going to have to take the Blue Valley West Jaguars. I mean, they took down a pretty tough opponent of Olathe North, who was having a solid season, you know, and then they just fell short. I mean, to take it off and completely dominate them in the rain, I mean, I think Blue Valley West will head down there and take them on and kick their butts down Trailblazer country.
I agree with Brett on this one. I really like Blue Valley West. Great athletes over there, especially, I mentioned it twice already, but I'm going to mention it a third time. Sage Huffman, best running back in the state of Kansas, in my opinion. I know it's crazy, but I love Sage Huffman. And I'm predicting Blue Valley West to take down the Gardner-Edgerton Trailblazers.
I agree. I think Blue Valley West is a very good team. I think they're going to put up a great fight against Gardner-Edgerton. But Gardner in that flex mode offense, I think tonight in the cold, it's just going to be too easy for them to be able to run the ball down their throats. Taking Gardner.
Now we've got the game that we're all here for tonight. We've got Olathe West and Olathe Northwest. The regular season rematch. How can you not pick Olathe Northwest?
You know, we got a big rivalry game here. You know, you can't beat a good team twice. Olathe Northwest is definitely going to run away with this one.
I mean, yeah, honestly, when you spark a fire like that in the Ravens, losing to them in the season, I mean, they're obviously going to come back for blood in this matchup and obviously go on.
You know, Eric Butler, last time they met, had a crucial fumble in this game. I know he wants to forget that moment with redemption. He's going to go off this game, I'm predicting. Big game from Eric Butler and all the boys. You know, the Ravens are hot. Don't let the Ravens get hot. I got the Ravens winning big.
You know, Olathe West, they got a good team. They got some great athletes. Mason McGavin, Elijah Hakeem, Jack Scott. They got some studs out there, and they're going to put up a fight. But I stand by what I said a couple weeks ago, right here, other sideline, that I don't think anybody in the state of Kansas is going to ever beat the Olathe Northwest Dadgum Ravens.
Oh, that's great. That's great, Wyatt. That's great.
It's Lee Corso himself.
All right, guys. I want to thank all of our sponsors for helping us out today and making this Raven Game Day possible. Guys, let's go get this game. Raven Nation, let's fly.
I'm pumped. We just gotta take this down really quickly. Let's hurry. I can't feel my feet. I can't feel my feet.